SCP-1569 Jumbo Shrimp. Item number SCP-1569. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1569 is currently contained in an isolated sector of Site-104. The fit in the containment unit is to be filled with water of a depth of 30 meters. SCP-1569 is to remain outfitted with a modified feed bag to minimize activity. Description: SCP-1569 is an organism physically resembling the peacock mantis shrimp. However, it is at abnormally large size and proportionately high mass, 9,371 kilograms. SCP-1569's body is 1 meter tall, 2 meters wide, and 9 meters long. The legs of SCP-1569 measure between 2 and 3 meters in length. A majority of the surface of SCP-1569's body is a reddish brown and is composed of dense hydroxyapatite. Unlike non-anomalous peacock mantis shrimp, the bright neon green carapace covers the entirety of SCP-1569's thorax. The carapace is of unknown composition, as its durability has prevented sampling. Scratched onto the forefront of the carapace is a marking of a fist superimposing a sunburst. It is assumed this marking is not natural and was caused by something of anomalous origin due to the Foundation's inability to damage the carapace. SCP-1569 has proven to be docile towards human beings and often engages in displays of what is assumed to be affection by rubbing its antennae and antennules against a human's bodies. SCP-1569 has also hugged personnel it is more familiar with by raising the front section of its body and briefly grappling the person with its maxillipeds. It is currently believed SCP-1569 possesses an intelligence on par with that of domestic canines. SCP-1569 will only periodically prey against the majority of marine life, though SCP-1569 immediately reacts violently when introduced to any species of shark. This aggression first displayed the strength of SCP-1569, and further testing has shown that SCP-1569 can strike with a force up to 51,000 newtons. Like other stomatopods, SCP-1569 is capable of forming cavitation bubbles when underwater with the force of its attack, distributing a further 51,000 newtons via shock wave. Endoscopy reveals that the stomach of SCP-1569 consists of 3 chambers resembling the reticulum, omasum, and abomasum found in ruminant organisms. Connected to the stomach are 2 storage organs, one storing water and the other digested material. Roughly 30% of consumed food is stored in these organs, the other 70% entering SCP-1569 intestines for immediate nutrient absorption. Both these storage organs possess 3 plated valves presenting forced endoscopy. One valve connects to the organs to the relevant stomach chamber, one will open to purge the contents of the organ into the intestines of SCP-1569 to be absorbed and defecated when SCP-1569 is severely malnourished, and one of currently unknown purpose. Addendum 1. 3 months after its initial containment, SCP-1569 entered a dormant state. Its carapace retracted to a position to only cover the first 2 thorax segments, revealing a previously undetected male humanoid, henceforth referred to as SCP-1569-1. SCP-1569-1 was clothed in apparel similar to that of bodyskin competitive swimwear, with the symbol of a fist superimposing a sunburst on the back. SCP-1569-1 began yelling in a previously undocumented language, and moving towards D-156912, who had been cleaning the containment unit at the time. SCP-1569-1 was successfully incapacitated and moved to a separate containment unit for examinations. Upon discovery, SCP-1569-1 was suffering from malnutrition and had undergone a double ocular enucleation, long enough prior to be fully healed. Medical examinations show that SCP-1569-1's esophagus terminates into 2 valves, one to the stomach and the other to a storage organ identical to that found within SCP-1569. Instead of connecting to the small intestine, the stomach connects to the storage organ, which then connects to the small intestine. It is unknown if this digestive system is natural to the species of SCP-1569-1. 6 days after exiting SCP-1569, SCP-1569-1 self-terminated using a molar implant composed of unknown poison. It is possible that SCP-1569-1 only revealed itself due to its poor state of health, and committed suicide when it realized it would remain in containment indefinitely. SCP-1569 remained in its dormant state, though it could successfully consume material forced into its mouth. Inside the crevice between SCP-1569's body and the interior of its carapace are several tendrils of unknown purpose. D-class testing to determine the function of the tendrils is currently under consideration. Addendum 2. Upon entering the cavity between SCP-1569's body and its carapace to investigate and interact with the unknown tendrils, the carapace is expanded to cover the full body of SCP-1569, completely encasing D-156912. No sound could be heard from under the carapace. SCP-1569 then became violent, erratically moving around its containment unit and seemingly randomly striking out. After 2 minutes, SCP-1569 ceased violent activity, only to resume 1 minute later. 8 minutes after encasing D-156912, the carapace retracted to its previous position. D-156912 was in a state of panic, his eyes destroyed and his pants lowered. He then vomited, expelling digested material similar to that found within SCP-1569. Interview log. Interviewed, D-156912. Interviewer, Dr. Redacted. Forward. This interview was recorded shortly after the events of the second addendum, following the release of D-156912 from the medical ward of Site-104. Dr. Redacted. D-156912. How are you? D-156912. Let's just get this over with, Doc. Dr. Redacted. Of course. Please tell me what happened after the carapace sealed you up. D-156912. It was pitch black. Couldn't hear anything outside. I felt like something brushed up against my... and I figured it was those tentacles. Had to be, I guess. Next thing I know is one shoving itself halfway down my throat. I tried to pull it out, but other ones wrapped themselves around my arms and legs. Then these little ones get into my nose, and I could feel the shrimp start moving around when I started to move. So more of the things started messing with my pants, and one goes up my ass. Another one latches onto my junk. They didn't move once they were in, which just made it even weirder somehow. Then these other tentacles shoved themselves in my eyes. Hurt like a motherfucker. Could hear my eyes pop, could feel the goop running down my face. But after a few seconds, I couldn't even feel any pain. I could feel the things digging around in my eye sockets. Then suddenly I could see, but it was wrong. I was seeing colors I'd never seen before, and most of the ones I had seen were fucked up. I think I was seeing what it was seeing. I started to get a handle on things once things stopped sticking into me. Could kind of do what I wanted, but at some point that weird mold shit got pumped into my stomach. I freaked out, and after a few seconds the tentacles let me go and the carapace opened up. Got the hell away from the shrimp, puked, and yeah, you guys know the rest. End of log. Closing statement. The Foundation is now working under the hypothesis that SCP-1569 is a biological vehicle, possibly designed for underwater combat. The tendrils are theorized to act as a control center for SCP-1569 and a life support system for its operator. SCP-1569 has since left its dormant state, possibly due to malnutrition. While it is still non-hostile towards human, it no longer engages in displays of affection, suggesting this behavior was caused by SCP-1569-1. D-156912 was subsequently administered Class C amnestics and successfully reintegrated into Site-104 to continue working with SCP-1569. He was informed that he lost his eyes due to the shrapnel caused from the impact from a strike from SCP-1569. D-156912 is suggested to be used for pending tests to confirm current theories concerning SCP-1569 and its anatomy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you want to see more from me, subscribe. Comment down below which SCP I should read next.